In the dense forest of Elmswood, the night sang its usual eerie song. A mournful howl pierced the air, echoing through the darkened woods. These were the cries of the Sadness Wolves, a mystical pack that roamed the forest under the cloak of night. Legend had it that these wolves, with their silver fur and sorrowful eyes, carried the burdens of lost souls, their howls a lament for forgotten times. In a small cottage on the edge of Elmswood lived a young woman named Elara. She had heard tales of the Sadness Wolves since childhood but had never seen them. Her grandmother had always warned her to stay indoors during the full moon when the wolves were most active. But Elara, driven by curiosity and a desire to uncover the truth behind the legends, ventured into the forest one fateful night. As she wandered deeper into the woods, the trees seemed to close in around her, their branches twisting like skeletal fingers. The air grew colder, and a sense of melancholy seeped into her bones. Suddenly, she heard the unmistakable howl of the Sadness Wolves, closer than she had ever imagined. Heart-pounding, Elara followed the sound until she reached a clearing bathed in moonlight. There, she saw them, ethereal wolves with fur shimmering like silver stardust. Their eyes, pools of sorrow, glowed with an otherworldly light. Mesmerized, Elara stepped forward, but the largest wolf, a majestic creature with eyes as deep as the night sky, blocked her path. "Why have you come here, human?" The wolf's voice echoed in her mind. "I seek the truth about you," Elara replied, her voice trembling. "I want to understand your sorrow." The wolf's eyes softened, and he gestured for her to follow. The pack led her to an ancient oak tree, its gnarled roots forming a natural archway. As they approached, a portal of shimmering light opened before them. Without hesitation, Elara stepped through, feeling a strange sensation of being pulled through time and space. She found herself in a village from centuries past, bustling with life. The Sadness Wolves were nowhere to be seen. Instead, she saw people who looked familiar, yet different. Among them, she recognized her own grandmother as a young woman. Confused, Elara approached her grandmother, who was talking to a man with striking silver hair. As she got closer, she overheard their conversation. "We must protect the time stone, Lyra," the man said urgently. "If it falls into the wrong hands, our world will be plunged into eternal sorrow." Lyra, Elara's grandmother, nodded solemnly. "I understand, Alaric. I will guard it with my life." Elara's heart raced as she realized the significance of what she was hearing. The Time Stone was the source of the Sadness Wolves' power, and her family was entrusted with its protection. Suddenly, a commotion erupted as a group of menacing figures stormed the village, their leader fixated on the Time Stone. In the chaos, Lyra and Alaric tried to flee, but the leader caught up with them. With a sinister grin, he snatched the Time Stone from Lyra's grasp. As he did, the sky darkened, and an overwhelming sense of despair enveloped the village. The people began to transform into the Sadness Wolves, their human forms lost to the curse of the stolen stone. Desperate to change the course of history, Elara sprang into action. She lunged at the leader, wresting the Time Stone from his hands. As she did, a blinding light engulfed her, and she felt herself being pulled back to her own time. When the light faded, Elara found herself back in the clearing of Elmswood, the Sadness Wolves surrounding her. But something had changed. Their eyes, once filled with sorrow, now glimmered with hope. "You have freed us, Elara." The largest wolf, now Alaric, said gratefully. "The curse is broken." Elara looked around, realizing that the wolves were transforming back into their human forms. Among them was her grandmother, Lyra, who embraced her tightly. "You did it, my brave girl," Lyra whispered, tears of joy in her eyes. As the first rays of dawn broke through the trees, Elara knew that the legend of the Sadness Wolves would now be one of hope and redemption. The forest of Elmswood was no longer a place of sorrow, but a testament to the enduring power of courage and love across time.